Okay, guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're not in the garden today. I'm basically inside in my room, in the studio area of my room. Um, Unfortunately, it is raining today. It's not good weather to shoot outside. So, a couple things I want to go over. One, I don't think I was watering enough. I'm starting to get a lot of wilting out there. Two, I'm pretty sure I did not fertilize enough, so things are starting to yellow. And three, I I have been infested by something. I don't know what. I can't seem to find any bug out there. Um, I'm hoping I can find it before I replant, because I want to start a second crop. Because again, living in I'm just below the central part of Georgia, so more southwest Georgia. So we have a longer growing season. So I'm going to start um, a second planting. I, I I definitely have got to put the diatomaceous earth down. I don't know where they came from, but there are a ton of ants in there. The one good thing I did find is there are some ladybugs in my garden, which is, like, as gardeners know, that is a huge bonus. So I do have the ladybugs in there. Um, I've only seen like two or three of them, so I'm hoping they're going to be more for the second planting. The beans, some, again, whatever's in there, it ate some of the beans. It has now pretty much killed all the peas off. They're dying off. The cucumber's struggling, but it's still hanging on there. I actually harvested 4 cucumbers, I think, the other day. Just before it started pouring out there, I was starting to set up, and it just started raining hard. So I was out there and I grabbed 4 cherry tomatoes. So I harvested 4 more cherry tomatoes. And then this week I also harvested about 4 or 5 more um, of the larger tomatoes. So they're starting to die off. But again, that some of that is probably due to the heat, and I'm probably not watering enough. The watermelon plant is struggling, so hopefully, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna start pulling the beans out. I'm gonna take them out. One, I think I planted too many. Two, whatever's in there, I've got to get it out, because I'm not going to be able to grow anything else until I figure out what it is. I'm hoping by taking up some of the plants that are dying off, maybe possibly I can save 1 or 2 of the other plants. I'm not sure, because I don't know what's in there. So that's going to be one thing I'm going to investigate as I'm clearing things out. I'm not going to replant right away, because I'm like 2 weeks or three weeks out now, and I'll be heading to Florida for spend some time with my granddaughter and my daughter, and possibly my son if he's not too busy to come around. Because he's got a nice job, a fairly decent job, and he's pretty busy right now. So he's fairly new into this job. About I think he's almost a year into it, so he's kind of busy. So I don't like to push him, because he gets stressed easily, and I'd rather, if he's got the time, he comes, great. If not, I understand, because I was totally in that position most of my life. Still am. Other things brewing. I made the decision to sell off some of my stocks that are not performing as well. They're either below what I paid or just above it, but they're not performing well. And I decided what I'm going to do with that is I am going to 100% pay off one credit card, and there should be some left over to partially pay off another. And then, of course, when my other payment goes in, that card will almost be done. So that will clear up the 2 cards. It will get me back on track, because I was hoping by August to have those two credit cards paid off. So this will get me back on track because I was a little off track with it, because I'd been putting money into other funds and stuff. So with that said, I'm losing money in my stock portfolio, but at the same time, I should be able to gain it back fairly quickly and be able to put that money back into my stock portfolio. So that's where I'm at with that. So that's one step closer to getting money saved up for hopefully a house or land or something. Even if I can swing it and I can find a piece of land, a couple acres that's either partially cleared or fully cleared already, that I can take and buy outright, I want to do that. Even while I'm living here with my friend, because I can turn that property into a huge garden, and spend 1 or 2 days. Well, I'd have to spend every other day out there or something to make sure everything gets watered. I'd have to get water put in. I'd have to get the land tilled, plowed up, all that. So there's a lot that's going to go into that. But again, that's further down the road. It's probably at least 2 years off before I get to anywhere where I can get enough money to put something down. So this year, the goal is for me to try and get these two cards paid off. Then I only have one outstanding card, and I'm hoping by the end of December, first 2 months in 2026, to actually have that card paid off. So once that card's paid off, that'll be the final card, and then I have a small loan that I have to pay off, which should go fairly quickly. And the goal is to then I need to save up for a new vehicle. So small steps. First step is getting all the cards paid off. Second step is I need to get a new vehicle, because the one I drive right now, it's in good shape body wise, mechanically wise. It's just getting a lot of miles on it because I do take a trip to Florida once a year, sometimes twice a year. So it's got quite a few miles on it, so I need to get it paid off, because right now to keep it maintained, it's getting a little more and more expensive because a lot of parts are starting to go. So next year, we're going to do the car. The following year will be 100% money going into the bank for property. So the other thing I do have for you guys today is the bags that I used. I bought these off Amazon, and they're Optolife fabric bags. They are working pretty good. It comes with, I believe there's 4. These are the ones I got this time, I think, are 10 gallon. I think the other ones I have were 5 gallon. So these are a little bit bigger. I think maybe I'll have to check that when I'll have to go online and check and make sure that those may be 10 gallon. I don't know. So I got these off of Amazon. I think they were, oh, good golly, $10, $12, $15 maybe each. And so I bought those for the garden. So that's what we're going to do. And I really wasn't going to be able to get into putting those out this week anyways. My back was doing better, and I don't know, maybe I slept funny or what, I don't know. But it's acting up a little bit, not as bad. So we're getting there. So the other thing I got, because I couldn't find my other shears, I decided to get another set of shears. So these are Fiskars. They're usually a pretty good product. I've had Fiskars for years. The only thing I did find is these are not going to be for anything decent size. So this is just going to be for pruning up and cutting off dead stuff. So I did get a pair of these. I don't recall the cost on these. If I get a little bit smarter, I'll start putting links up to my Amazon account, where because I have an account with Amazon, because So I used to stream video games, and I used to stream on Twitch. I still, every now and again, I'll get on and live stream. So I have an affiliate account with Amazon. So once I get to it, I'll start putting, when I figure it all out, because I'm really new to YouTube. So there's a lot I got to learn, and I'm trying to learn it as I go, but I've got a life that I have to live outside of YouTube right now. So, and that life I live outside of YouTube affords me to do what I do now. The other thing I picked up were these scoops. So the diatomaceous earth that I got, it just came in a pretty big bag. It's probably, I think, a 5-pound bag. And I was just like, oh, what am I going to do to scoop that out? So I got some scoops for that, but I figure there's 4 scoops in there. These are plastic. I was thinking this would probably be a little bit better, with the fertilizer. It can be kind of a caustic, so I figured if I get the plastic, it's less likely to break down. So I got 4 of these. They call them ice cream scoops, but they're scoops. I'll probably just use the 2 smaller ones. The larger ones, who knows? I'll just put those in hiding somewhere or whatever. The other thing I picked up was some garden netting. So with replanting out there, I'm probably going to put this up until the plants get big enough and they start to get to the blossoming stage, so that they're so when they start blossoming, I'll take it off then. But at least this will give them hopefully a better chance when they're first growing up and younger. This one here is a 10 by 10 garden mesh. Again, another item I get off Amazon. Again, once I figure out how to do this, guys, as I buy things or as I get things, I'll start putting if I get it off Amazon, I'll start putting it up there, and then you guys can, that way you can see. If you see something you like, you want to buy it, that way you can get it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. The other thing I did pick up, I don't know how this is going to work. We're going to give it a try, though, is I picked up a solar irrigation kit. I don't know how these are going to work. I don't know if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing or not. I was hoping actually to be outside today, and I was going to try and fool with this because I am going on vacation. I don't have any way to water the plants unless my roommate decides to be really nice and go out there every other day or so. So I have a feeling we're going to lose those plants out there. That's fine. Again, this year I'm not focusing on food production as much as I am to see and learn what grows here and what grows well in pots. Pretty much everything we've grown so far in the pots is good. The problem, again, like I said, I don't know where they came from because I go out there every day, and I want to say it was like Friday. I went out there and things were starting to look wilty. I thought it was awfully strange. I said, well, maybe they didn't get enough water, because we have had rain on and off the last couple of days, but I don't think we had enough really to do any watering. So I did water probably every other day, and I probably needed to water every day. But I think the other problem is I didn't get to the fertilizer soon enough. So I think it's a little bit too late for those. But again, this is a learning process for me. I made a lot of mistakes. That's the other thing. Like I said, I'm not going to hide my mistakes. This is all going to go out uncut, unedited videos. So everything you see, I'm not editing any of this out. So we're going to give this thing a try. So it comes with, I think this one says, how many does it say? I want to say it has enough for 15 pots. The problem is my pots are bigger, so I may end up having to, oh, look at this. And it comes with a little tiny gardening set. I mean, that is really tiny. I guess it would be for little tiny planters. Oh, and it comes with a pair of shears. I have a pair just like this. So I don't know if this is actually going to be enough. But it looks like it comes with brackets to hold things down. It comes with a bunch of T's. It also comes with a fair amount of piping, so we'll end up piping that up. There's one stake in a holding platform to put outside, and I guess we're going to screw that solar part in. It has looks like a filter, possibly some valves, so that you don't run it dry and run the pump out. I know there's a timer and stuff on here, and my plan is to probably get a 5 or a 10 gallon pail to put in that, so that I just have to fill the bucket up and hopefully it will go on. So that's the photocell. On the back is the piece you have that has the timers and all that stuff, so you can set for different times. And I think it's just time, so I don't think, yeah, it's for watering. I don't know. I guess it's a daily thing. It goes on. And then it comes with the sensor here. This is for if the water in the bucket gets too low, it shuts it off so it doesn't burn the pump out. The pump is obviously attached to where the hours and minutes and such are on there. And there's an in and out tube for the waterer. So with that, that's that. We'll have to figure all that out, and I'll be trying to do that probably while I'm on vacation, because I don't think I'm going to worry about this garden right now. I think what we're going to do is I got quite a bit of stuff out of the garden. I'm not disappointed in it at all. I honestly, I didn't think it was going to do as well as it did. So I don't want to lose it. If I can save the plants, I will save the plants. But if I can't, I'm not going to lose sleep over it, because, again, I'm just testing everything out and seeing how things will grow. What will grow, what does good, what doesn't do good. Let me put this back together here real quick. I don't want to lose any of the parts or anything. The scissors and this thing here, we'll put all that in there. So again, this is all new. Like, I've done gardens in the ground before, but I've never done what I'm doing here. The other thing I picked up was a seed book. So rather than all the packets being lying around and falling all over the place and whatnot, I decided to get a seed book. Each page has, I think, 4 slots, so you can put up to 4 different vegetables, or group your vegetables however you want. I haven't really organized it. I was just more wanted to get these things in here. And eventually, like, I've got some of the flowers, some of the seeds for the flowers that next year, I think we're going to start the flowers a week or two, probably 2 weeks before I start the garden next year. And then I got a bunch of extra pages where I can put stuff. And then I put some squashes and beans, parsnips, peppers. So there's nothing really matched up. It's just, I just put the seeds in the page. So I've got a bunch of seeds that I got from the heirloom pack off of Amazon. Again, another thing I picked up on Amazon. They may not be the best seeds, but you know what? This is just, again, next year's probably going to be like this year. It's probably just going to be, hey, let's see what we can get to grow. What comes up well, what doesn't come up well. And I may even try and put some stuff directly in the ground and see how that goes. But that ground is really hard. It's clay. So it would need a lot of amendment. But so I figured we'll see how that goes. There's a bunch of I think there was, I want to say like 26 or 30 different varieties of seeds in that pack. It's got, kohlrabi I've never heard of. I don't think I've ever seen it in the store or anything. It's got spinach. It's got, I got the summer squash I got that at Home Depot. These peas I got at Home Depot. I don't think those did as well as far as that goes. Eggplant, beans. These I got at Home Depot. Comes with Tokyo long white onions, Farrier onion, Farrier Morse seeds I got at Home Depot as well. Burpee I got at Home Depot. Came with radishes, cantaloupe, onion, basil, celery, carrots. I think I saw some celery coming up yesterday when I was in the garden. So that celery I thought probably I planted too deep may just be coming up now. The carrots are up and they're doing pretty well. The radishes are struggling because I did have some white flies out there. I think I got most of the larvae off, and I did find a couple of the adult. I got rid of those. I pulled those off. So I've been checking the bottoms of all the seeds. The thing I didn't really check were the stems, and I think maybe we got some what do you call it, vine borers out there, which I think that got into the squash. And it's frustrating because again I was out there every day, and it really sucks because I did put a lot of work into it. And yes, I do want this to be as organic as possible, so I'm probably just going to have to pay a little more due diligence out there and check more often. I always go out when I come home from work. I check things. I look to see if it hasn't rained. I try to water. And I mean, for a while there, y'all know that we had so much water coming down. Everything was getting drowned out there. But that's all I got for you guys today. Figured I'd cover a little bit of the expenses and how I'm working out on the getting out of debt. And I figured I'd go over some of the products that I've picked up that we're going to start using. I'm going to say probably next year. I don't think I want to get into the bags this year now that I think about it, because it is coming towards the end of the first growing season. And with that said, I'll be pulling some of those other plants out as they're dying off. And when I do that, I'll have enough space to put other plants in. So I think next year we'll definitely have to use those other bags. I want to see what we can do. I think again I put too much in each of the pots, so I think next year we'll be a little more careful with what we plant and how much we plant and where we plant it. I'm looking into companion planting too, so next year hopefully we'll be out. Well, I'll plant smarter, and hopefully we can drive a lot of these pests away so that they don't get into the plants to begin with. So, but as we go on, especially during the winter time, we'll be talking about plans, what I'm planning on planting next year. Companion planting, we'll talk about all that stuff as winter comes around. I also have some projects in plan. I want to do some stuff for my granddaughter woodworking wise, so I will bring some of that into it. It'll be, hopefully you guys will find that entertaining and enjoying. But other than that, again, guys, numbers, we're still hovering at I think 58. And again, I do have a lot of people that come in, return people that aren't subscribed. Guys, if you're returning, if you could do me a giant favor, just hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell so you know when I put things out. And please, again, guys, share. Let's help me get this channel going here a little bit bigger. I just want to get a little bigger this year, maybe. If we do, great. If we don't, well, we'll work on it next year. But again, thank you guys. I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for stopping by and watching. Again, hit that like, hit the bell, and subscribe if you would. And pass this video around, share it around with your friends and stuff. And I hope everybody has a great week this week. And stay safe and be blessed. Thank you guys for watching.